This is much better. I'm having to lug an umbrella with me, and it's not raining, but we'll see what the hell the path's like today. See if it's recovered any. It's gone colder though. That's for certain. Yesterday's video just had to be abandoned. The paths were too flooded around here. There's no way I was fighting against all that. Oh, hell. There's another squirrel. That's a good sign. There will be some point where I do start to go to some different places. I'll do that in the new year, probably towards springtime. You know, when you can kind of explore a little bit more, see stuff coming back to life. Winter's not the best time for doing that kind of thing. One of the places I want to go, I know, with bad weather, I know is going to be flooded and very difficult to go around. Because I've done it before. Used to cycle around there quite a bit. Right. You probably can't see. Hang on. Why is the touch screen never bloody work when I want it to? You can't really tell, but I think it's because it's quite cold. It sort of makes the touch screen a little less responsive on the camera. But yeah, it's real bad. So God alone knows what the park's going to be like, because that's not improved any. I mean, all I can say is it's not raining, but apparently it's going to be raining later on in the week. Joy. Not that it ever does anything else. It's not a surprise. What are we going to talk about today, anyway? I don't know. I think we'll talk about what I've been playing. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll talk about what I've been playing. And yeah, nothing too exciting today. Just a nice walk and a talk. So, with that, a little look down there, and I'll catch you later. Well, that's a new lake that's formed. Oh dear. This ain't going to be good, is it? Let's go and have a look. Now I can already see the pathway not really cleared at all, but hopefully the water levels dropped with the lack of rain. If the water levels drop, we might be okay. I can walk through, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. I think, yeah, oh, hang on, it's getting deeper. Oh no, we're not, yeah. It's nowhere near as deep as it was yesterday. That's not gone over the top of my boots. That's doable. That's doable. Now, hang on. This is looking a little bit hairier. I actually didn't think this was the deeper one yesterday. Yeah. Nope. Too deep. Not happening. I'll have to go around that way. It's not looking promising, guys, for a walk. It's not looking promising at all. Can't get through that. This is not good at all. Yeah. We'll have a look how it's round the other way. I'll have a look at that and we'll see. But it's not looking good. So, dare we start a topic? That's the question. Well, yeah, I can't see it being good around here, but let's get a topic started. So, what I've been playing. Been playing a lot of a new game I've got. Terminator 2D, no faked, which is a retro style Terminator game. Based on the Terminator 2 movie. And it's absolutely amazing. It's fantastic. It's 2D pixels. The graphics, it's like an old school 16-bit era game. And it's so well done. It's incredible. They've not only nailed the old school feel, the old 16-bit era movie tie-in games, you know, a lot of them were sort of platform shooty games. I guess today they call them like Metroidvania games. We never really refer to them as that. And I guess that ties into the fact that consoles weren't the primary thing here in the UK. We used to call them platformers. Right, so, right, we might be able to get around here. Let's just try and get it to get, yeah, we can. The ground here is quite firm. What I've just walked on there, we're not sinking in the mud, so we can probably cobble together something around here today. But yeah, going back to Terminator 2D, no fate. I can't speak highly enough of this game. Now, I got the physical media version of the game. You can actually get a physical version, which comes with some nice stuff. I got what was called the Day One edition. Now there is a collector's edition that's more expensive, that has more stuff in it. But the one I got was the Day One edition, and it comes with like a cloth poster, which is nice. An arcade token, which is like a little metal coin inside of a plastic case. A manual, a full colour manual for the game. I mean, you don't really need a manual, but it's nice to have. And what else? He's got something else as well. Oh, a reversible cover for the case as well, so you have a choice of cover. Who in the wide world of sports is doing gardening? It's too... Never mind. If there's one thing I've learned, is that brains disappeared out of this country a long time ago. Lord have mercy. Right. I don't know whether you can still hear me. Hopefully you can. Or maybe you can't. And that's how you prefer it. Anyway, I was been playing that, and it is a fantastic game. Now, I got right close to the end of the game. I've been playing it on the highest difficulty level that you can when you first get the game. When you first start playing it, there is an unlockable level of difficulty, higher level of difficulty, but I think you have to finish the game, finish the story mode to unlock it. These other game modes as well, but again, you have to finish the game to unlock it. It's like old school, you know? Now, some people have said, oh, it's like 20 odd quid for a 1 hour long game. Well, not if you play it at a higher difficulty level. I've been playing it for quite some time and I've not finished it because it's hard and I'm rubbish. But I did get quite close to finishing the game. I died right at the end and I had no continues left. And that's the thing, like, once you've run out of continues, that's it. You have to start it all over again. And I can imagine some people today that didn't experience gaming like that back in the day are probably a little bit upset about that. Are probably a little bit miffed. But you know something? It's great, because that's how games are like that all the time. All you people crying about how hard the Soulsborne games are. They're the hell. They're challenging. But you die in that and you keep coming back. You don't actually die. There's no game over state in those games. This one there is. And the higher your difficulty, the less continues you have. The more enemies they are and the tougher they are. And the more damage you take. That was the era of gaming that I grew up in. When you died, you went all the way back to the beginning. There was only a very few select games that had a save function. One of those were games like Elite, you know, where dying and coming back, dying and having to start all over again wouldn't have been good for the game. So, you know, see if you can, a lovely sun, it's great. But yeah, just looking at the truck that's come to empty the bins. Now, I'm just wondering, has this truck fella cleared the path? Let's have a look. It'd be nice if he has, but I don't think so, because I think they're just emptying the bins and he's probably not got, I mean, he should have a brush, but I think you need one of these, like a rubber blade thing that I saw one of them clearing the water on the lane with. He might not have one of them. No, he hasn't been able to. I can see the water from here, so well, at least we know we can get pretty much a circuit done. So that's all right. We'll just stop here and we'll go back around. But yeah, he's not going to have the equipment necessary to be able to clear the water. But like I say, we've got boy, see it here. It's quite deep in there. Yes, that's quite deep. It's because there's a dip in the path and they've not rounded off the path, or they've not raised the path up in the middle, so it won't drain. It'll just have to evaporate. But that's the problem there. I was kind of hoping that he might have had the equipment to be able to sort of shove the water off to the sides, but he doesn't. Anyway, enough of that jibber jabber. Back to the subject at hand. As you can see, we have new lakes that are formed overnight. We now have a mini lake district around here. Lake Bastard. So, it's such a great game. It's very playable. The graphics are gorgeous. The animation is superb. And I'm all for these type of games. This is how you make games that are exceptionally fun to play, challenging, but have that one more go. Keep wanting to play again, improve. You'll learn the patterns and what have you in the game, and that makes it challenging. And they're so much fun to play. So much fun. And I've been enjoying the hell out of it. Even though, I've been battered a few times. I've actually put a video up of my first time playing it. There's a section where you come up against a defense wall, and it kind of reminded me of Contra, or the ridiculously named, is it Probotector? Something rubbish like that in the UK, because apparently Contra was a naughty word. Yeah, a few naughty words to the people that come up with that. Subsequently, of course, they dropped it. It was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. For a while in the UK, ninja was a word that was associated with violence. We can't have people using that, so we shall call it Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Hurrah! Dickheads. You were selling games called The Last Ninja. You had films out, with the word ninja in the title. The word ninja in the 80s in the UK was everywhere. And you were worried about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Bit late. You didn't emphasize how moronic people are. How completely clueless and out of touch they are. It was like cartoon turtles, but they didn't censor the show. The content wasn't changed, just the name. So what? Oh, I'm sorry. When I hear the word ninja, it's not like I become activated and I can suddenly run up the side of a tree and hurl shuriken at impossible accuracy over the distance of a mile. It's not like suddenly I can, airwalk like you saw in films back then. Absolute hilarity of people actually sort of, walking on air while fighting. Absolute state of the absolute fundamental lack of intelligence that people have. It's ninja, it's just a word. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, T2, Terminator 2D. What a brilliant game. What a brilliant, fun, old school game. Really good. Comes highly recommended. I've been playing a bit more of Assetto Corsa. I put a video up, and the purpose of that video was to showcase that the game is very playable without a wheel. I'd been put off from playing Assetto Corsa because I was thinking, this game's going to be very, very tough to play without the use of a wheel. It's not going to be a lot of fun. And so I pretty much disregarded it. And it was on a deep sale a while back on Steam. So I decided to give it a whirl. I've been tempted by it, but I just decided to give it a whirl. And after a little bit of adjustment, adjustment to the steering and what have you, not the wheel, but just the handling of the car. And what I did was I turned all of the assists on, turned all of the stuff down, and then sort of incrementally, bit by bit, changed stuff until I got to a point where, the handling of the car was all right, was good. Wasn't flying off the track, and it's great. I've been really enjoying it. It's not a new racing game. I think it's probably been out for about maybe 6-7 years. I'm not sure, maybe a bit less. But I've had a lot of fun with it. I've really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed playing it. And the purpose of the video, when I'm using a controller, I have this thing where I need the racing line on. I don't know why. I guess it's just habit. When I'm using a wheel, which I've done in the past occasionally, I have a Logitech, I think it's a G920 or something. It's pretty good. But post-surgery and everything, it wasn't really enjoyable using the wheel. It wasn't comfortable. I don't have the space for a proper setup, so I have to I have this table I use, and it's not the best. It's only a lightweight little table. It's big enough for the wheel to fit on nicely. The pedals go nicely underneath it, but while you're racing with the force feedback and the vibration, the table starts to slowly move away from you. So you're constantly having to pull it back. So it's not a very good setup, and it's just not doable for me. So I've been using a controller, and it's not the best. I'd always used a controller for years, and then I eventually decided to get a wheel because I do enjoy my racing games, and it was a couple of birthdays ago now. I got enough money together, and I went out and I got this wheel. And one of the things I noted as well was, rather annoyingly, it only works on PC or Xbox. It doesn't work on PlayStation. And I think that when you pay that much for a controller, it should work on everything. And of course, it's the dumb console manufacturers that, you know, want to lock out compatibility. You know, the consoles, they want to lock out compatibility for their machines, so controllers don't work. And that's not much of a problem when you're just talking about the handheld controllers, you know, your joypads. But when you're talking about expensive peripherals like wheels, and I would imagine flight sticks can be the same, that shouldn't be the case. That should not be the case. These devices should work across all systems, and it's really annoying that they don't. So like I say, they need to sort that out, because as I say, it wasn't cheap, and no way can I buy another wheel. No way. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't know where to put it. So that means like stuff I've got on the PS5, like Gran Turismo, it's just always going to be on a controller. I don't have the money to buy another wheel. Well, I do. I mean, I don't at the moment, but you know, I could save up like Christmas stuff and Christmas money or whatever, and eventually be able to get one after a while. But why should I? I've already got one, and it's a great wheel. Works really well. I tried it with the Forza games, the F1, what else? The WRC game, and on the PC, I tried it on the Euro Truck, American Truck, Dirt 2. Worked great, but just at the moment, can't use it. So, yeah, I just wanted to showcase the fact that, yeah, you can have a good time with a controller with it, that it is scalable. You know, it's not just hardcore, it's scalable. You know, you can decrease the artificial intelligence of the drivers, but also their aggression. You know, you can scale it right the way back, and it can be so easy to beat. And that was what I was playing it on. I don't normally play it, but I just wanted to show that you can make it quite a forgiving game, or you can make it, you know, really sim-like and a lot more difficult. And I think that's great. And it's a great game. And in an age where we've had some disappointing releases of late, which I've covered, I think it's a title that's well worth having a look at. So that was the function of that video, and I did put that in the description. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. In many respects, I've had a lot more fun with that than I have with the Gran Turismo Power Pack DLC, which You know, I'm slowly trying to work my way through it. I'm slowly trying to extract some value for money out of it, but I'm just not having a good time with it. Unfortunately, I think for the amount of money, I don't rate it. Don't rate it at all. But I am trying. What else? Oh yeah, I did a bit of just a fun little playthrough of Terminator Resistance Infiltrator mode. Again, that's a game that's been out for quite some time. I believe it's the same people that did the RoboCop game. It certainly has the same attention to detail and the same love dedicated to it. Infiltrator mode's very good. It puts you in the shoes. I believe it's the T-800 that attacks the Resistance base in the first movie. It's a very, very good game. Let's go back this way. It's very, very good. The overall game itself is excellent. There's other DLC, the Annihilation Line DLC, where you team up with Kyle Reese. You go out there as one of his squad. That's really good, and the main game is fantastic. And it's done what T2D No Fate has done, Terminator 2D No Fate. It does have the music from the film, but they adjust it. They change it, I think, enough to avoid, not from their perspective, but I think when you're playing the game, I think it's enough to avoid any kind of copyright issue. So it does put you in the, very much in the atmosphere of the movies. And it's fun to play. The sounds are straight out of the films as well. The sound of the weapons. There's lots of references as well in the game. Just like with T2, there's a great little bit in No Fate where I think, I didn't record that, but actually there is a bit of licensed music in the T2D where you go in the biker bar and it's playing the music from the film that's on the jukebox when the T-800 Arnie walks in there. I don't know the title of the song, but I know it references guitars and Cadillacs. That might be the title of the song. And if you hit the jukebox, it starts playing Bad to the Bone, which is great. Now that is licensed music, so I suspect if you do show that, mind you, depends on how long it's for. But yeah, that's a great little Easter egg. And the Terminator Resistance has things like that as well. You can find the Tech Noir bar in the future, the ruins of it, and it will play the music that's playing in Tech Noir when Sarah Connor's in there, and Kyle Reese and the Terminator, the T-800, face off for the first time in the film when she thinks she's going to get shot. And he just turns up. Kyle Reese is at the bar as the T-800 about to shoot her, he blasts it with a shotgun. That music will actually play when you go into the ruins of the Tech Noir place. There's a lot of fun little Easter eggs like that. Now I imagine it's the same in the RoboCop. I think there is. I'm trying to remember now. With the RoboCop game, I think there's a few little fun Easter eggs in that. You know. I'm just thinking. I'll have to go back and play it. I've got it's not DLC, it's standalone DLC. Which is always a weird thing, because why is it DLC? If it's standalone, why not just say it's a standalone game? I need to finish up RoboCop and do that. Well, I call it standalone DLC, so what the hell? I need to get that played and finished. That's a great game. You know, the company, the developers, I know it's Nacon, however you pronounce it, that publish it. But I'm trying for the life of me to think, who are the developers? Anyway, I'm all for them doing more, because they really do nail it. They nail the atmosphere. They have an understanding of the movie. There's lots of good references in there. There's a lot of care and attention. I'd like them to do like a Predator game, because they focus on the single player experience. I like them to do go back through the 80s action catalogue. Predator would be a very good one. There's a way you could do it without actually having the issue of there only being one Predator, because you know, you've got the guerrilla camp, you got them. You could do it that the Predator is the thing that's sort of stalking your team throughout the game, and that can be like the end of level of the game. Or you could have you playing as the Predator. That would be even better. In fact, that would probably make more sense, to be honest. And then Arnie's team could be the bosses for each level. You could do it that way. Or you could have both. I mean, they did that with the Terminator game. You got Infiltrator mode, so you could have Predator mode. That would be pretty cool. I'd like them to do an Aliens game. I think we would get something far better than Colonial Marines from them. Commando. That would be a brilliant game. They could do that. I think the problem with Commando is that people might not get as many references, but I would. I've watched that movie that many times. The one-liners, dangling Sully off the cliff and then letting him go. I would like them to also include the wire that was clearly attached to the actor's foot at the time that you can see. I want the Porsche with the dinted indoors in one shot, which was the static version, which was clearly just the model. And then when you actually have the Porsche driving around, the car's in perfect condition. Because now there's one or two explanations for that. They reused a shot they shot earlier, but cut, and then reused it. Or they didn't have the money to stove in the side panels of a Porsche. So they did a mock-up because it's the one that Arnie pushes back onto it's all its four wheels. So I'm going to suggest that was a dummy car. Probably didn't have anything in it. Yeah, I say they didn't have anything in it. It's like placid there. If there's any gaiters in it or Crocs. But yeah, I think that was probably what that was, and then they put in.
That's why I don't understand why it keeps coming up.
I think that they would then have had the real car that they were driving around in, and obviously they weren't going to smash the side panels in of a Porsche. They probably didn't have the money, and they probably wouldn't have had the permission from Porsche to do it either. So yeah. All right, one more back round and then I think we're done. Or maybe we are done, I don't know. I can't think of anything else. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to see the same team do a lot of those films, because they get it. They're some of the best movie tie-in games ever. And they don't do anything stupid. You know, they keep it faithful. And those games have been successful. Same with the Terminator 2D. I'm seeing a lot of people playing that, a lot of positive feedback with that game, which is good, because not only is it an old school game, it's also an extremely good game as well, and that's what's important. It's an extremely good game. And I can't speak enough positive stuff about it. I think the team have absolutely nailed it, and they deserve all the praise that comes their way. We need more of this kind of stuff. More games made with the same passion and love and care. Not just for the subject matter, but for the actual gameplay itself. That's what we need more of. And hopefully we'll get that going forward. But I think I'm going to call it there today. Again, future Walkie Talkies are going to be very much contingent on the weather. So I'll be playing it by ear on a sort of day-to-day basis, because there's no other way that it can be done. There's no other way I can do it. So, you know, we'll see. We will see. I think there's anything else. No, I don't think there's anything else. Right, we'll call it there. I have things to do. And that's the other thing as well, is having things to do. It's that time of year, Crimblemas time. You know, it's hit and miss. Say you've got stuff to do and you're dodging the weather. We'll see. Anyway, enough jibber jabber from me. Old seagull there, enjoying his little paddle. Probably thinks it's Christmas for it too. Paddle around, dude. It's the ocean. Right. Catch you later.